What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with my segment, Ego's Matchmakers. This is where I play matchmaker and give you fights that I want to see, why I think it'd be a good matchup, and just really break it down. It's been a minute since I've done one of these episodes. In the words of Jay-Z, what you want me to do? I'm sorry. I just been real busy, so let's get into it. Talk about these matchups. So first, I have Adrien Broner versus John Molina Jr. Now I talked to John Molina, and he told me he wants the Broner fight. Like that's high up on his list. He really, really wants that fight with Broner, and I'm all for it. That's why I made this graphic, and I want to see it. Some people are going to disagree. They'll be like, "Why doesn't Broner fight Lucas Matisse? He won and beat John Molina." And that's a good fight as well. I would love to see it. But I highly doubt Broner's handlers have enough confidence in him to put him in there against Matisse for his very next fight. That's just my honest opinion. So it's a fight I would love to see, but I really don't think with the scope of today's boxing, his handlers would put him in there with a guy like Lucas Matisse when he's one win removed from the Marcos Maidana beatdown. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. So to me, this is more of a realistic fight. And it's a good stylistic fight because John Molina Jr., he's not the most technically sound, flawless, Rigondeaux, Edeslani Laura boxer mover. You know what I'm saying? You know what he comes to do. His nickname is the Gladiator. And you know he's going to show heart. He's going to show toughness and mental durability. And he punches hard. And then you got Adrien Broner, and who, in my opinion, his power seems to be lost as he moved up. When he went to welterweight, I really didn't see it against Malignaggi. And also in the Maidana fight, he didn't really seem to bother Maidana that much. I think Maidana was more or less maybe fatiguing in the later rounds, and that's kind of where Broner had his best moments. But I haven't really seen his power. Plus, in Broner's last fight with Carlos Molina, the power just wasn't there. So this is a really interesting fight to me because you got a guy who's easy to hit. I don't want to say easy, but can be hit. John Molina Jr. We've seen him against Mickey Bay almost get shut out. But guess what? Mickey Bay is not Adrien Broner. They don't fight the same. You know what I mean? I think Mickey Bay is actually really fluid with his boxing. He uses his lateral movement, uses his feet better than Broner. Broner's been fighting like very stationary, just very flat-footed, trying to put on a show, wide stance, just all around different style. So, that being said, I would love to see this fight. John Molina Jr., Adrien Broner, it makes sense. There's other great fights. Some of you guys are, blah, why not Pacquiao? Again, not realistic. And it's my show, so I talk about what I want to see. I would love to see a Pacquiao fight. I just don't think it's realistic. Top ranked Golden Boy. They got their little Cold War that's still not 100% resolved or whatever. Plus, I don't know. I just don't see them rushing out to make that particular fight either side. This is a fight that can happen and should happen. I don't know if it will happen because there's talks to make Josecito Lopez versus Adrien Broner. Now, I don't know how far along they are with that potential deal, but that's a good fight. Actually, that's a decent fight. I'll say decent. Josecito Lopez, he's been beaten up a couple times. Even in the Victor Ortiz win, he was getting beat up in that fight, but he was fighting back. You know what I mean? Victor Ortiz was ahead on the scorecards when he was stopped in the Canelo fight. That was just a mismatch. We knew that. And then also against Maidana, he got stopped, and this was a little bit after he had some success in the early rounds. So I'm not as fond for Josecito Lopez versus Adrien Broner because I would favor Broner in that fight. It just, Josecito's game, if you don't train right or if you don't have heart, that he's always in it or whatnot. But Broner, to me, does have heart. He showed heart in the Maidana fight, and a lot of people would have wanted to give up or quit. And he almost tried to take the back door when he was complaining about a foul or whatever. But he still showed heart in that fight to get back up 2 times and be embarrassed and still keep fighting and keep trying. So I don't really question Broner's heart. I mean, he does a lot of other clown shit, but I don't really question his heart in terms of fighting. So that's not really up for questions. Like if it was a Victor Ortiz or something, maybe you would question his heart, or Zab Judah or somebody. I don't really question Broner's heart, so to speak. So that's why this fight is less intriguing. Josito Lopez, I mean, he could win, but I really would favor Broner. And I think John Molina is actually more of an intriguing fight just because John Molina can crack. He looked very big at 140. And that could be a problem for somebody who doesn't move, like Adrien Broner hasn't been moving. So we'll have to see, hopefully, a different dynamic of his game. Like Mickey Bay was moving and actually just boxing well. That's why he was ahead on the scorecards against John Molina. Broner is looking to try to have a highlight reel or whatever. I want to see it. John Molina Jr., Adrien Broner, AB. We might get Josito Lopez. To me, it's just not as telling. Josito Lopez versus Broner, it's not as telling. That's just my honest opinion. I think Broner, if he beats Josito Lopez, to me, that doesn't mean he's back. That doesn't mean he's going to take over the division or anything like that. It's just a step in the right direction. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like the video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.